Fiona, tell me what's going on in your life that we can share with the other people.
Right now, I'm at home. I'm actively looking for work, but during this time, I've done a lot of custom cakes, dessert bars. I started doing weddings again. A lot of pastries, cakes, desserts, and all that fun stuff. But I actually had to slow down recently because I will be competing at nationals for pastry chef of the year 2020. They have I guess 2020 and 2021 combined, but mine is for 2020. I don't know if I want that title. I rather have 2021. But I'm actually practicing for that to compete. And what else?
And that'll be at the
Uh,
Nationals in Orlando?
Nationals in Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a regular competition. Um, I think there is 7 of us competing for 2020.
Okay.
I don't, like I said, I don't know if they're gonna combine it with 2021. Um, but right now I have 7 other people that I'm competing against for the pastry title.
Okay. Now,
Um,
now you're a certified executive pastry chef. Is that correct?
I am a certified working pastry chef, which is actually the same as a sous chef. And I'm doing my certification for the executive pastry chef. So I'm working on that, but I wanted to compete first and then finish my competition so that my practical will be a lot easier because when you practice competing, it's very similar to your practical.
Okay.
The same rules, same standards, um, having all your mise en place, and then basically, putting it out there within a time limit. I think it's 3 hours, 10 minutes, or 3:20. Um, so it's just preparing for it mentally, um, making sure that everything works out, and then having to package everything and ship it out to
And
Florida.
and you've
Um,
been in other culinary competitions before.
I have. I've done the change the road to sewer competition, 2019, and that one was locally. I think Laguna chapter. Um, that one was my first competition, which was extremely hard because I did not know what to expect. I've seen it, but when you're actually in it, it's a totally different thing. And then a couple of weeks later is when I did my practical for my certification, and I went through it like a breeze because of the practice that I have with the chefs. Kind of just watching you, writing things down. They ask you very minimal questions, but I was already prepared for it.
Okay.
And then I think back then Robert was there, Chef Robert Phillips,
Mm-hmm.
Chef Martin Gilligan, because he's certified pastry chef, and there's someone else.
Okay.
So it's a little intimidating, especially because you know what level these chefs are at,
Yeah.
and they've gone through many certifications. So fortunately, I passed. But there were some people that were doing executive chef, sous chef, chef de cuisine, even certified culinarian, and there was, I think, a couple of them that did not pass.
Yeah.
So, um,
Well, congratulations in passing.
it's high stress, but it's definitely worth it.
Okay.
I know because even when I became certified, I was able to take it back to my job, and it put me at a different level
Yeah.
because I know there are a lot of people that have experience, but the certified chefs I noticed get a little more acknowledgement,
Well, of course.
and
Yeah.
they I've seen that they were trusted a little bit more because of that standard. They were held to a different standard,
Yeah.
which is good.
Okay. So what we'll do in the future, Fiona, I'll have you as one of our guest presenters in the future, and we can talk about that to the rest of our people that come onto the Zoom, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. All right. Tell you what, times are running, and Brian's got to leave. So Brian, I'm
Well,
gonna.
you guys, good luck. Have a good meeting.
Okay.
I will see you as we go. Take
Okay.
care.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right.
Bye.
All right. So let me introduce Kimmy, and it's going to actually be a small, intimate gathering. So Fiona, hopefully you can stay to the end.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right. So Kimmy, do you know if Fiona's the president of our chapter, right?
Yes, I met her on the Hoo
Okay.
restaurant last
So
weekend.
Fiona is representing the 142 other members that are not on at the moment. No pressure, Fiona.
Got it.
Okay. So celebrated ACF chef Kimmy Tang is widely considered a pioneer in Asian fusion cuisine with over 3 decades of culinary experience. She was born and raised in Saigon and was first introduced to the culinary arts at an early age. She learned how to prepare traditional Vietnamese dishes because her mother would insist that she prepare her own meals, stating, "You never know when it will come in handy." After relocating to Los Angeles, Chef Tang perfected her culinary training in a popular Japanese restaurant and simultaneously pursued a fashion designing degree. Upon graduating, Chef Tang decided to combine her culinary and cooking passions by designing and opening the celebrated, is it pronounced Michelia? Michelia Asian Bistro. Chef Kimmy used Michelia to feature foods inspired by old Chinese and Vietnamese recipes while incorporating French cooking techniques to soothe Southern California tastes. This wonderful culinary blend wowed critics from the LA Times, Los Angeles Magazine, and many others, earning Chef Tang a 25 food rating in the Zagat survey. Longing to explore the world and perfect her culinary skills, Chef Tang sold Michelia in 2008 and started a journey to discover and study traditional recipes from Greece, Hungary, Spain, Romania, France, Italy, Germany, and also from her home country of Vietnam. This served to expand her cooking repertoire even further. In the summer of 2009, inspired by her time abroad, Chef Tang opened her first pho restaurant, 9021 Pho, even though most people will say 9021 Pho, right?
Yeah, 9021 Pho.
Right, in Beverly Hills. And 9021 Pho catered to the health-conscious food lover, featuring Asian recipes with French influences and a California-inspired flair. Following the success of Beverly Hills, Chef Tang opened a second location in Westlake Village, California in 2010, followed by Glendale and Sherman Oaks in 2011 and Sunset Boulevard, West Hollywood in 2013. In 2015, after she sold her interest in 9021 Pho, Chef Tang takes another sabbatical, and on this occasion she dedicates her time to writing, publishing the Kimmy Tang's Asian Fusion Lenten Cuisine, and her first book in a series of 3. And keep in mind that even though we don't have a lot of people on today, the moment this is being recorded, and it's been requested by those who couldn't meet, so we will be sending out the recording to them also. So let me introduce Chef Tang. A big applause by everybody. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. All right. So Chef Tang, you and I met, I think it was 7 years ago. And I had one of my Le Cordon Bleu events because I was president of the Alumni Association, I believe at your Glendale property, which is in the Glendale Mall thing. And you're literally on the street side. So we crossed the street from the old mall to the new mall, or vice versa, I forget. And you were a great host, and it was a great looking restaurant. And I saw all these celebrity pictures of yourself on the wall. And of course, the food was wonderful. And by the way, some of the chefs that were with me, who were just students at the time, have become famous in their own right, working in Bel Air hotels and all that kind of stuff. So it was an appreciation. So it's not the quantity, it's the quality, as attested by our association. So you have a whole life story. So tell me tell me about your adventures as a restaurateur.
Well, I opened the restaurant, like you mentioned, in year 2000. So when I graduated from fashion designer school, I said like, had the liquor or still cooking. So, and at that time I found the location in Beverly Hills on 3rd and Robertson. It gives us like very good deal and very good location. So I said, why don't I just try it? So I opened the restaurant over there, and it doing very, very good.
How did you come up with the name?
That's the flower, my favorite flower, Michelia.
Oh, okay.
It's, like when you go to Hawaii or you go to Vietnam, the lady always put the white flower on the head,
Right.
and they have a very fragrant smell.
I remember.
So that's why how we named the restaurant.
How large was the restaurant in Beverly Hills?
It's not very big. It's 40 seats inside and about 12 seats in the patio.
Okay.
And the restaurant was like, because of that area, so a lot of like movie stars coming.
What street was it on?
Third.
Third?
On Third Street, yeah.
Okay.
Across from Cedar Sinai Hospital.
Oh, Cedar Sinai. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's close to Robertson.
Yeah.
So I had that restaurant for almost 7 years, and Jack and Jill want the space. So I said, okay, so I sold my restaurant in year 2008. January 2nd, I had the key for Jack and Jill, and then I left the country and went to Romania.
Romania?
Romania, yeah.
Okay.
So I met some friend there, and my husband, because my husband is Romanian. So we went to Romania, and with some friend we go to, because most of his friend is like movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Say like, Kimmy, you want to go to the studio? I say, why not? I'm here. So we went there, and end up the CEO from the studio asked me to stay. So I helping them I worked there for almost total about a year.
Okay.
I was there for a year and a half, working for as a food consultant for the media pro picture. That was fun. Every day they have about like 3,000 people eating. We had to feed like different crews coming to shoot movie. It was fun.
Were you kind of in charge of that?
Yes.
How many staff?
Direct under me about 65.
Wow.
Indirect about 100 something.
Wow.
Yeah. Because they have a lot of staff. You have doing the food, and then some they come to the studio to eat, and sometimes they go outside to shoot movie, so we have to deliver food to them also. And also we do have a lot of wedding there, because this studio they have a very nice view. They have a man-made lake, so people go there for wedding, and the wedding they hold from 6 p.m. to the next day 7 a.m.
And this is in the Hollywood area?
No, this is in Romania.
Oh, Romania, where you were doing this. Okay.
So in 2009, I come back. That's how I open, and then I opened 90214 up to year 2015.
And where was the location in Beverly Hills for the first one?
First is on Beverly Drive in Little Santa Monica.
Wow, good location.
Very good location. Very tiny. It's only 900 square foot.
Yeah.
Was it upstairs?
No, downstairs. The upstairs is Pasadena. The last one that I sold on October 2019, called Bistro Moncherry, is on Pasadena, the second floor.
Second floor.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Chef Bill.
Are you?
Hi, Chef Tang. Hi, Chef Lydia.
No, it's Chef Fiona.
Hi, Chef Fiona.
Yeah.
I got to put you on the other side, the other screen.
Okay.
I see your shot there.
Yeah. Just to interject,
I'm very impressed by your work.
Thank you. Oh.
Carry on, Chef Tang.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Oh, let me interject. One of my chefs is a Romanian pastry chef, Maria, and unfortunately, she's probably working right now. But I'll introduce you to her sometime down the road, Kimmy. Since
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun working in Romania. I learned a lot also, because I met a lot of people in there. That was a great challenge, because I don't speak the language at that time.
Yeah.
So it was fun. And then I come back to open now for how I'm there. The restaurant doing very well. Year 2015, I decided I sold my share. I left the company.
You
I
had
took a
what?
break.
At that time, you had, were there 4 locations or 5 locations?
Five
5?
location.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right.
So I sold it and left. I take a break for almost 2 years,
Yes.
and then I opened Pasadena,
Okay.
and
And,
I sold it again.
okay. Where in Pasadena again?
It's on Colorado,
Yes. And,
a block from Lake Avenue.
oh, so near my church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, October year 2019, I sold it, and now since then I just do like catering.
Yeah. Now, I've had some personal experience running a restaurant and all that. In fact, my first job at a culinary school, I became the manager of a fine dining Italian restaurant in Westlake Village, near where you had a location at one time. And I told the guests there that the reason why my Italian was so poor was because I learned it in the Godfather movies. Some of them laughed. Okay. Anyway, but my discovery of restaurant touring is that it had almost very little to do with the food. It had a lot to do with managing your staff, the bills, the headaches of the equipment breaking down, then running around with the health inspector, the insurance issues, and we were full service bar, so of course the wine and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we did have a good Italian cooking chef, but he was an illegal Mexican, so we had that issue. But he was a great Italian cook, right? So I'm sure that some of you can relate. So what lessons did you learn about being a restaurateur, Kimmy?
Well, headache and headache and headache.
Right.
A lot. Yeah, you think every day. It's like you're married to your job. You have no life.
Yeah.
When you have 5 locations, even I have a lot of manager.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you still have to be, hand on. If you don't pay attention, a lot of things that can happen.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah, so,
it's hard to get good people that will maintain your standards and do things like yourself. I mean, I've had thoughts personally of opening my first LA omelets restaurant. It'll be breakfast and lunch only, of course. But my hesitation is that I have a certain style of doing the level that I do. Otherwise, it's just an omelet. Nobody cares. But to do what I call a 5-star hotel gourmet style omelet, to give it some value is, that's what I do. And it's hard to transfer that to other people unless they work with you for a long time, et cetera, et cetera. And even with a lot of money, it doesn't really help because that adds to your headaches of now you got more responsibilities, more overhead, as you have personally probably experienced. So tell me about this book that you've written.
Well, I really think the first book, supposed to be the first book, is about my life. But then, because when I give it to the book publisher, end of 2019, right before I sold the restaurant, and then we were working, but then the COVID came, so it kind of like stopped. And I sold my restaurant also.
Yeah.
So he kind of like, well, but in the meantime, I wrote another book for the church, because Orthodox, I'm Orthodox Christian, so we fast a lot, Lent, like fasting a lot, like about 130 some days.
Wow.
So one of the priests, he said, like, Kimmy, we don't have a professional, cookbook and all the cookbooks, either Eastern Europe, like their country style. So they say, why don't you write a book about, Asian cuisine for us? So that's how I wrote this book. Not only Asian, it's Asian fusion. I do, example, one recipe, like the grape leaf wrap, but normally they put like lamb or something because it's Lenten. So I put mushroom, mushroom, the grass noodles. So the look at the stem like Eastern Europe style, but the feel inside totally Asian ingredient.
Wow. So I know I've seen your videos, you've been on TV, you're now an author, and tell me about some of your recipes in general. What stands out for you?
Well, I always create like different. For me, your food has to be look good
Yeah,
and smell good before you eat it.
yeah.
So when I do like right now, I always do like private cater right now. So depend on the guest, they ask what cuisine they want, right?
Yes.
Normally it's Asian fusion. Like last time, I have a group of people they want very like traditional Vietnamese, but of course when you go to like they want to pair with wine and everything, I have to come up very unique look of the cuisine, but the main ingredients still there. Example, I make a one dish, the Vietnamese fish sauce, right? Nước
Yeah,
mắm.
fish sauce.
Yeah, fish sauce. So instead that I give them a cup of the dipping sauce, I use this fish sauce. I make it into jello.
Okay.
Then I put it there like for that, just keep it and eat with the spring roll,
Okay.
something like that. So this is how I do my cooking.
So let me ask you from a catering perspective, because I do small catering myself. When you're doing your catering, do you also provide everything, such as the dishes, flatware, the cups, the hot boxes, cold
No,
boxes?
normally my client they have their own dishes and everything.
Okay. So you're,
I always ask if they want.
yeah.
I provide. I have it, but normally my clients say no. They have their own utensils. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
then from a financial point of view, I was talking to you earlier about that. So you're basically charging for your time and the ingredients?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because we're always juggling and how much to charge a client. As I told you earlier, either I get a flat rate and I see if I can afford based on the number of bodies proposed, or I do a per person cost.
Mm-hmm.
Chef Fiona?
Yes.
You've done a lot of catering in the past, right?
Yeah.
How do you charge for your service?
I do. When it comes to food, I take the cost of the item,
Mm-hmm.
and then I always look depending on what the neighborhood is, or like where I'm catering at.
Yeah.
Is I charge like per like location, so the surrounding area. So I'll kind of do my research on, if they charge, I don't know, $17.99 per person or $25 a person in that area for a certain kind of food. Um, and then I base it off of that with, like how long it takes to prepare. So I have my base price, and then I have the range. So if you add um, because I usually set up with my chafing dishes,
Mm-hmm.
my food, and then I provide utensils, like the serving utensils.
Right.
But that's usually like the base. I don't do like plating or like linen, like I guess the extra. So it's strictly just the food that I go off of.
And is it served buffet style usually?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I usually like if I do the buffet, I usually don't have help.
Yeah.
As in, like, I don't have multiple people to do service. I just do the setup, and then I'll stay to clean up or kind of assist them with the buffet line. But they're usually good about how I just do the buffet setup. They've never really asked for plated.
Yeah. And what's the largest catering job you've done?
By myself for food, 75. With assistance, I've done 150, and then for desserts, I've done over 800.
Wow. And where do you prepare your stuff?
I prepare everything out of my house.
Do you have a good a big kitchen or what?
No, I just utilize my space wisely.
Okay.
I have like professional shelving, like not the cambro, but the racks and the shelves. My kitchen area is half half professional kitchen because I have like the shelves in there. It's not a regular like Hobby Lobby, cutesy craftsy. It's more set up for like my baking. I have 50 pounds of sugar. I have 50 pounds of flour at all times.
Do you have
So I have,
do you have those bins that we have in commercial
yeah,
kitchens? Oh, okay.
yes, yeah, the ones with the big lid.
Kimmy,
Yeah.
Kimmy, you are familiar with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and there's always a question: is it salt or is it sugar?
What kind of flour is this?
You know, what kind? Is it, is it really bread flour? Well, maybe. So,
Right.
yeah. So, Kimmy,
Like
Kimmy,
savory, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Savory, yeah.
So, yeah. So I think as we're discussing this as a future opportunity to bring together people who are actually doing catering, because all of us chefs have done something in it, while we're as chefs. But I think all these questions are good to bring to the forefront of how do we approach catering. What do we, my little specialty is omelets, right? But even I bring on staff to help me, and then we have a certain way to dress and a presentation and all that stuff. And the issues of being how do we pack stuff? Do we have enough vehicle space? Do we need to rent a minivan, or how does that work? Do I have to bring carts? Is it an inside event or outside event? And I have to bring tents. I have to bring folding tables and stuff like that sometimes. So these are issues and then it comes down to also budgeting. What is the client willing to pay based on the service level? And Kimmy, of course, you're a celebrity chef with restaurants in Beverly Hills and TV shows and all that stuff. So, the value that you bring, the clients that you probably know, are happy to pay, the fundamentals for your services. And that's also good to understand is what are you presenting to them, and is it because you're somebody, and
I know. It's just like probably because I do more smaller catering. It's like I have to play like a chef table.
Yeah.
For example, 10 people. I'm not just put like family style. I have to put like 10 small dishes, like course by course for them.
Yeah.
So not like buffet that they put it in the serving and then that's it. Mine is I have to like really in their kitchen for 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like being a sushi chef, that you have to cut everything in front of the guests individually and serve it individually.
Yes.
Okay. So that all and that's good to know too, because as we cater our own little things, I'd love to learn more about how you do your business and Chef Fiona and other people, because it's something that I think is another opportunity for our business, and not all of us can work 5 days a week. I'm surprised that I'm doing it at my age, but again, as I mentioned, that the way the agencies are currently paying, you can't not do it. It's worth doing. So continue on, Kimmy. I don't want to interrupt you about what else that is going on in your life, and tell us about why did you join the ACF?
I don't know. It's just like I looking and then I want to take the executive chef certificate. So I was looking into it.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, well, maybe I can join this clubs and see maybe I can meet more chef to learn something that I need to know. So learning is always good, and also ACF you can meet a lot of good chef like you. So that's how I joined it.
Okay. Well, as an example, I happened to be at the last live national convention in Orlando in 2019, which was the most attended by chefs around the world. We had, I think it was 12 to 1,300 executive chefs. And if you happen to look at some of the my photographs and stuff, and I happen to work also with ChefWorks, the official chef company. And Chef Fiona, did you get your coats yet? Or are they still making them?
just got them this week.
Okay. Well, hopefully you can show us down the road, what they look like. How many did you get?
Yeah. I just got my competition with the embroidery with the patch for the conference this year.
In Orlando?
And yes, the 2021 patch.
Okay.
The ACF logo, and then our members logo, the CCAC patch.
Okay.
Or embroidered. Yeah, it was embroidered. I'm sorry. And then I got I got an apron with our membership patch and the ACF logo as well.
Okay.
So
well, if you could take some pictures and send it to me or us, so we can maybe standardize our uniforms and aprons and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. And Chef Kimmy, do you know about New Chef Fashion, the official?
Yeah,
Okay.
Actually, before I used them for now it's one for.
Oh, good. So do you know Lucien Salama, the owner?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I just ordered. But
All
they
right.
have a lot of very nice chef clothes.
Yeah. So what I need to do is, and Chef Fiona, you've been down there, and Chef Kimmy, I need to bring you down and introduce you to the owner because he's 88 years old. He's one of the most famous people in our industry. He knows everybody, and even invest in an updated ACF chef code if you want to. Also, I would encourage you to consider going to the Nationals in Orlando to meet all these other executive chefs and network, because it's a wonderful opportunity to see what everybody else is doing across the country. And if you notice on my promotion flyer that Chef Fiona also has, and I think Stephen, is I'm also going to be having Jill, I think it's pronounced Kummer, from ACF Pittsburgh. She's not actually a chef, but she's the chapter president, or I think it's pronounced Bayi, of the Chaîne de Rôtisseurs, and that's kind of a big deal. And also she's an instructor and all that kind of stuff. But we meet these people, and they're wonderful people. They can help enhance all of our careers, and and do stuff like that. So continue, Chef Kimmy. We've got a few more minutes. Tell us more about what you're looking for in the future.
Well, actually, I'm looking for maybe part-time job because I cannot be at home. It's too boring, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to open any more restaurant, but I would love to if part-time I can donate some time have my time to teach younger kids how to cook, or that's my dream.
So do I bring you on as one of my instructors?
Yeah.
Okay, it's something we can talk about. And
Yeah.
if the rest of you happen to see my Facebook today, I just brought on another chef apprentice. His name is Ryan Lin, Lin, and he is a high schooler who happens to be also a nationally rated fencer. And when I was young, I was also a fencer, so we have that in common. But he has his own cooking show on Zoom. He's in high school. It's called Cooking with Ryan. And I said, Ryan, is anybody else in your high school class interested in cooking? He said, no. So he's taken steps as a young adult to actually do this. Well, we only become acquainted recently, and I brought him to New Chef Fashion yesterday to get his first executive chef coat. But there's a whole world of students out there, high school and college, who have a casual or major passion for stuff. And my classes, of course, are kind of introductory, and it's often for food service workers who know how to cook, but they don't necessarily know how to become a chef. And where I'm working right now is a fine example. I'm working with 50 cooks. Only a couple of them kind of understand what it means to be a chef. The rest are good workers and probably can cook circles around me, but they don't understand the world that we're in terms of moving up. And they would like to, but they're very just happy cutting onions every day. So there's that opportunity too. And Chef, Stephen, are you there? I can't hear you. Your audio's on.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Yes.
Are you wearing a mask?
It's driving, right?
I am driving. I have my mask with me.
Okay.
And my hairnet.
Oh, are you what? Are you driving at 80 miles an hour right now?
No, I'm parked in my driveway.
Oh, good. Now, Stephen Coots, as most of you know, is the inventor engineer of the Stevens, indoor, barbecue thing, which I've been using for 7 years. Fabulous product. And recently, he's taken the notion of, hey, it's time to provide this opportunity to somebody else. So he's actually considering selling the business. Is that correct, Stephen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe Chef Kimmy and Chef Fiona, we can talk about this opportunity. I think you've got a couple of thousand grills in storage.
Yes, 2,400.
Okay. And they're done, and it's, in my mind, it just needs better promotion. And especially if we're going to do, website information and all that. But it's a fabulous product. I use it all the time. His videos are professionally done. And Chef Kimmy, with what you do, and I'm sure you do some some barbecuing of some of your recipes. This might be a great opportunity to reintroduce, Stephen's Indoor Barbecue Grill as a device to promote. And we can just maybe sit down and figure out how to do that in such a way that we can actually move his product again, because it's with over 2,000 units, we have a built-in inventory, and it's a question to do that. So. Stephen, if you can think about how to, you sent me an email, but if you want to rephrase it, how you'd like to present it as an opportunity for other possible investors, partners, and whatever.
Well, probably the best thing to do is to provide a sample. And then Chef Tang, you use it and see what you think of it.
Yeah, or I can use your grill and create some recipe and using your grill and doing the video, maybe with the help of Chef Bill's student,
Yes.
Ryan.
Uh-huh.
We can do it together. So he know how to do video. I'm not very good at that, but I can definitely create different type of cuisine using the grill.
Okay.
Example, I can do like a very famous meditate for Romanian, so I can present the grill. So
Okay.
if that works.
And Chef, go ahead.
Chef Bill, is everyone's email address on the flyer that you sent out?
No, but if you send me an email reminder, I will send you everybody else that's
Okay.
involved. Chef Fiona,
right.
Chef Fiona, do you have one of Stephen's grills? Chef Fiona, are you there?
Yes.
Do you have?
No, I do not.
Okay, so as president of the chapter, you need to use his grill and check it out yourself. What do you think?
I will. That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead, Stephen.
I'll send you the information and then contact out through email.
All right.
That's a great idea.
Okay, Chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chef Kimmy, do you have a small place or a big place, kitchen wise?
Not big, but I can do in the backyard.
Okay, I'm just saying if we did a little video presentation, do you have your kitchen big enough?
No, my kitchen won't be big enough, and I have a big dog at home.
Oh, big dog at home. All right. Well, fried dog here is not on the menu. So I'll tell you what, I do have a commercial kitchen availability. It's been not used because it's part of the church I do my business in, but I'll inquire with them when and if we can actually have access to the kitchen because it is set up, and we can do videos there. Another thing is I made a recent friendship with the president who was at our thing at Hot Woo, right? Of that Chinese, that TV station, Guangdong TV. And Kimmy, you speak Cantonese, right?
Yes, I speak Cantonese and Mandarin too.
Okay, as does my wife, but you've watched his channel, right? Guangdong TV?
Uh-huh.
Have you watched the channel at all?
No.
Okay, that's the #1 Cantonese TV station. Yeah, it's I don't have cable, I just have air, and it's 34.34-1, I think, as a channel. But it's Guangdong TV, WCE-TV. If you look it up, yeah, and
I know about that, but I didn't watch.
Well, he has a TV-ready commercial kitchen in his house, his big house. And we've been chatting back and forth about one of his sons who has a great interest in becoming a chef, to take my introductory class And I told him we can do it in his house because it's big enough, and I can, if he brings in at least 3 or 4 of his friends, we can actually do the class there. Plus, if we do involve the rest of you guys, Chef Kimmy and Fiona and Steven, we can actually do something possibly in that big house as a video TV production.
Where is his home?
He is in. Let me just think. It's not.
Is it Diamond Bar?
Yeah, Diamond Bar. There you go. Yeah, so it's in the San Gabriel Valley area ish. So it's it's not it's not as far as I go. When as I'm driving back and forth to Irvine every day, it's only 37 minutes in the morning because
To Irvine?
yeah, from where I live in Alhambra, because I'm leaving the house at 5 a.m.
Oh wow.
Traffic is fairly thin, and I'm still alert and awake. I'm drinking my coffee, and when I come home, it's just about 1 hour, so it's not terrible because I'm going against traffic, right? And so I'm kind of okay with that because when I first started long drives, it was from here to Westlake Village for 6 months when I was being the manager of that Italian restaurant, and that cost me $500 a month just in gas, because that's when gas was like $5 a gallon, which is getting close right now. But so I've had that experience, and I'm glad I did it, because if I didn't do it for 6 months, I couldn't really say that, yeah, I did manage a restaurant, but I did. And that's why I don't want to do it again. All right, Chef Kimmy, do you have any last words?
No, I just I hope you can have opportunity to cook with all of you.
Okay.
So that would be great.
So if you don't mind, yeah, everybody send me a reminder email that we had this discussion and maybe other thoughts that you have. And Chef Fiona, I'd love to do something with you because, as an award-winning certified pastry chef, et cetera, you've got a wealth of experience and talent.
That's amazing.
And
I would love to.
yeah, and and Lucian Salama, the owner of New Chef, you made him his birthday cake, even though he couldn't come that day. And when you saw the presentation I made the next day at his factory, he was so happy. And I don't know, because you were there a few days ago with his. I guess he wasn't there at that time, right?
Oh, actually, he was there, and I brought him a box of goodies, some cookies and brownies, and a few things, and he was very surprised.
Did he remember? Did you do the birthday
he,
cake?
Yeah, he did remember. He said, I told him, I said, you must be showered with the wonderful food and pastries, but I'm hoping that you'll remember these cookies that I bring you. And he was just really happy, very appreciative, because he didn't want to share, but he knew that he couldn't eat all those cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, well, his lovely daughter Gabriella lives in Israel, and she just came back, and this is after all the ruckus, and Israel's almost going to war with Hamas, right? So we were some kind of concerned that is his daughter okay, and apparently she is. But those of you who have met Lucien, he's a wonderful guy. He's an amazing history. He's got his memory is much greater than mine. And he invented the flat chef hat that I think Chef Fiona is wearing right now on her picture. Of course, he didn't patent it back then, but that's the hat that just about all the chefs wear, and not the circular, the round one, the flat one. But he's been a big supporter of the ACF tremendously. He's often disappointed that he's not as recognized for that, and he is very competitive in his pricing, even though his main competitor, like Chefworks, has some inexpensive product, and it's pretty decent, but it's made, in Bangladesh and places like that. But again, support made in America is important, and especially since the cost is very similar. And he's got a fine line of aprons and front of the house gear. He even makes tuxedos for the hotels and stuff like that. But anyway,
Wow.
that's the pitch for New Chef. All right, so Steven, do you have any thoughts for Chef Kimmy?
No, I'm very impressed. Every time I come, with the ACF group, it's always so amazing. You all are so talented. That's amazing, doing all those restaurants. Restaurants are hard work. There is nothing easy about it. And to be able to do all that is phenomenal. I definitely super congratulations, super job.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Anyway, so thanks you guys for being here. Our next Zoom meeting, as you see from the new flyer, is expanded now to bringing in this amazing lady from Pittsburgh, Jill Kummer. And a little aside, my wife's family is from Pittsburgh. My mother's family and her were from Pittsburgh, and they had 11 kids, and this is back in the 1920s, right? And they're all gone now. They've all passed. But I do have still family in Pittsburgh, and they're very prominent dentists. They're teeth doctors. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So the last parting words from myself. You know, I'm known for one of two things, and it's often the things that aren't as important, and that is my corny jokes. So even today, when I'm serving up soup to 1,000 people, when I have an opportunity, I'll ask them a corny joke. And have you heard my pirate joke, by the way? Anybody here?
No.
Okay, it's bad. It's pretty bad. So, what do pirates pay to have their ears pierced? How much? How much do pirates pay to have their ears pierced?
A buccaneer.
A buccaneer. Very good, Stephen. And the last one is, what does a roof cost?
A roof?
Yeah, a roof.
I don't know.
Well, it's free. It's on the house.
Ah, that's a good one.
So, so Chef Fiona, send me your bio and stuff so I can get organized to have you on as a guest chef, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Your bio and resume. I've got Stevens, of course, because he was one of our guests, and Kimmy, I've got yours from your various websites and escapades. But hopefully, you probably have a nice forward in your book, right, about your life and stuff like that. So whatever you can keep sending us. And remember, everybody, send me a little reminder about some of the points we talked about today as business opportunities, especially with Stevens Grill and catering and things like that. And I'll tell you the world that I'm in, because right now we're in demand, thank God. And the pay scale is pretty decent, thank God, for the first time. So, even in my old age, I don't mind driving almost 100 miles a day because it's worth it at this point in time. So hopefully it continues. Oh, one last thing. On Tuesday and Wednesday next week, I'm also working for the Compass Group at Dodger Stadium.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, I'll probably be at one of the concessions. It's only for 6 hours. But, that's the day that we open up the rest of the rest of the city from COVID, right? So whatever's going to happen, that's going to be a big day. So either be a great day or a disaster. I don't know. But I might be flipping hamburgers or rolling hot dogs. But I'm there for 2 days. It's the parent company of the same company I'm working for now at Bon Appetit up in Irvine. But I thought I'd take a break from driving there and try Dodger Stadium. And before, when I was at Langham Hotel a couple years ago, the head chef there, a Korean guy, left to work at Dodger Stadium. So if he's still there, I might be able to say hello to my former executive chef at Dodgers. And these are some of the things we should talk about down the road is, where do we work and how do we do that to provide more opportunity for everybody out there, and also to help get organized to get Stephen's business either sold, maybe sold to people we know or us, or to help promote it in such a way that he has cash flow coming out of it. Because with so many great grills and so many opportunities to cook on it, we just need to show it off. I'm pretty sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thank you for being on. Don't forget to send me the follow-up emails, and we'll catch you down the road. And the next Zoom is on Friday, July the 2nd, with the president from the ACF in Pittsburgh, Jill. All right. So take care.
Thank you so much.
God bless.
Thank you all.
God bless.
Have a good
Okay.
day.
You too.
Take
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.